Hello, divine man. Hello, divine woman. And welcome to the safe space. Before we get started, I want to ask you to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to this video and to my channel. I'm definitely trying to grow my channel so more people can hear about healing behind the scenes and share on some of the more fun videos that I share throughout the year. Besides that, let's go ahead and dive in. Before we continue, I do want to let you know if you have not listened to part 1, you may be amiss with this second part. So please make sure you go back to part 1. I'll do my best to link it somewhere here so you can go ahead and watch it and make sure that you are up to speed with what's going on. So, for everybody who's already listened to part 1, we talked about being royalty and having a spiritual team. I'm going to just go ahead and build on that. And again, if you did not watch the chapter 18, it's going to be best if you watch it before you understand, or so you can understand what this chapter is about. Okay? So, moving forward, we've already talked about our spiritual team. Now, let's go ahead and jump straight into delegating. Now, with your spiritual team around you, just waiting for you to let them know what you need done, it's a matter of practicing and learning how to communicate with them so you can make things happen. Of course, you don't have to speak some weird language and stuff like that. You just got to be yourself because they understand you just as you are. They've understood you from the moment you were in the womb. All right. So you being older and understanding and speaking the language is no different. So, of course, this takes practice. And of course, initially, it could feel a little weird. But I want you to remember your role. Are you a prince? Are you a princess? Are you a queen? Are you a king? Are you an emperor? Or are you an empress? Regardless of what you visualized in the last chapter, that's who you are. You are a prince. You are a princess. You are a queen. You are a king. You are an emperor. You are an empress. I am an empress. I don't know who you are, but you are who you are. Okay? So, wherever you are, if you want to close your eyes to picture this, go ahead and do so. Do what works best for you. But remember, wherever you are, they are with you. They're just sitting there watching you, waiting for you to ask them for something, ask them what to do. Whether it's just for them to get, let you know them more, whatever the case may be, to guide you. They can guide you. Okay, so don't feel as if there's any limitations, because there are no limitations. But as you start to tap into this, right, you realize that when you make a prayer, one of them are going to make it happen. Okay, so when it comes to delegating, okay, for example, when you're talking to them, this is, for example, how I speak with my spiritual team. Okay, I get in my mindset. I already know that I'm an empress. Okay, when you think of an empress, when you think of royalty, they are proud of themselves. They know who the fuck they are, and they are unapologetic about that. Okay, before we even think about that. Think about royalty. You never see royalty weak. Okay, royalty, they are unapologetic. Whether it's for the good of their people or not, they are unfucking apologetic. Okay, so wherever you are, you're in your royal space. Your people are outside. Okay, but you're in your royal space. Your team, your helpers know you better than anybody else. They see parts of you that nobody else sees. So there's no reason why you cannot be yourself. Okay, so things are happening. You need something. Let's say you need like $5,000. You find a way of how you speak with them, and you delegate that task. Speaking to your spirit, your angel. I need $5,000. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I trust it's gonna happen. Okay, you say that the energy, the spirit that is in charge, that can handle that, the best spirit, the best ancestor, the best energy that can make that happen. They're gonna go do what they got to do to make it happen. but you're not seeing anything. More than likely, visually, you may not be seeing anything, but you once you start tapping into your intuition, you just know that is working. You just know that is happening, and that doesn't dismiss you of any activities or any tasks. You saying that, yes, they're working on your behalf to make it happen, but then that should motivate you to do what you have to do to get it done. Okay, you can't just sit there and expect it just fall into your lap. Realistically speaking, that's not how things work. It's gonna be easier to make it happen because you already have you have guidance in the spiritual realm. So when you say that, make sure that you're paying attention to anything, any thoughts, any ideas that come to your mind. Oh, you want $5,000? Okay, let's go do an ice cream truck, or let's go walking on the street or something. Let's go interact with this rich person that we know. They're gonna you put that you delegate that task, you delegate that request, and they're gonna guide you on where to go, what to do to make it happen. So, the number one thing to keep in mind when you do this is to make sure that, of course, you have to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to be there to help you, but they are. And they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart. Okay? What I've learned, especially in the past few months, is everybody's trying to find their way. People gain knowledge by going to school. They gain knowledge from their parents or family members growing up. And at the end of the day, regardless of how much someone has learned from others, we're all still learning and trying to find our way every day. No one has mastered this thing called life. Okay? So when you come to your spiritual team, be loud and proud of where you are. Like, be confident in where you are. Okay? Make sure that you are yourself. Don't be some pompous, rude bastard, because they don't have to do anything they're doing for you. They're doing it out of because they want to. Okay? And when you do that, make sure that you listen to what they say. You might not get an answer right away. You may get the download right away, but the answer will manifest itself with time. Okay? And then last but not least, understand that in the beginning, it's going to feel weird because, like, you can't see them. Okay? But the results speak for themselves. And the more you trust in them, the more you are proud of them, the more you communicate with them, especially when it's not limited to what you want, the more you're going to fine tune your connection with them, and the communication goes back and forth. So when it comes to delegating, if you remember nothing else, remember that you are never alone. You have a spiritual team that is waiting for you to speak with them. Not only to speak your wants and needs, but just to speak with them. When you look at servants, if you will, or helpers in movies with royalty, they ask for respect, even though it's not something they always say. You can tell they want respect. They want to have a friendship with that person. And the same thing applies with our spiritual team. Our spiritual teams understand, if they're ancestors, they understand where they messed up in life. Okay, they understand lessons that they should have learned but they didn't, or lessons they did learn, and they don't want you to go through the same shit they went through. So they're helping you, guiding you, speaking to you through your intuition, telling you when to go, telling you when to stop. But are you listening to that? Because it goes both ways. You can easily say, this is what I desire, this is what I want, da 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 da, and they'll do it. With time, it'll pop up, it'll happen. But then, is that all they're good for you? They guide you in the big ways and the little ways. They've been guiding you all your life, and that's it. Is that really it? It comes with time, but it resonates for those it needs to resonate with most. And as you practice this, you start to tune into who you are. you start to understand that everything that happens around you happens for you and not to you. You understand that certain things happen because it's necessary for your path to be adjusted. And that was just the best scenario for it to happen. Either way, if you take nothing else, remember that you are not alone. You have a whole spiritual, divine team at your beck and call. They're guiding you in the big things and the little things. They're protecting you in ways you don't even know. Okay? So keep that in mind. When things seem rough, when things seem tough, talk to them. When things are going good, talk to them. And don't forget to be grateful, because they don't have to do what they're doing. They're doing it because they love you. They're doing it because they want to see you elevated beyond what they were. So don't let what people tell you. Remember, at the end of the day, people don't live with you. People don't sleep in the bed with you. And even if somebody sleeps in the bed with you, like, your spiritual team isn't going anywhere. That's where your spiritual team and their spiritual team comes together and make do what may. So tune into your intuition. Pay attention to how you feel. Let your spiritual team guide you. Allow your connections with them to grow. And watch how your life transforms. Watch how you start to have better days, regardless of where you are now. With that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. Sending you peace, love, and light. Until next time.